June 28th, very humid, just typical humid summer day in Lexington. Worked with my dad that day just outside for about 15 minutes, just sweating buckets. But that evening, my family decided to go out and eat, and they asked if I wanted to go eat, but I wanted to go run at the Arboretum. So I remember driving over there, I remember what I was wearing, and then I always come in the back way through Belfonte. I remember taking a left, and then I remember waking up in the hospital.
So John was running at the Arboretum, as he told you guys, and he had a sudden cardiac arrest, which is an abnormal heart rhythm. It made him pass out. Luckily, there was bystanders by, and they witnessed it, and so some people started CPR, which gave his brain enough blood flow, and then they called EMS, which is very important. So when the EMS team got there, he was in an abnormal rhythm. They shocked his heart back into a normal rhythm, and that's what sort of got him back to life, if you'd like to think about it. The CPR was really important during that period where his heart was in an abnormal rhythm, because that's what gave him blood flow to his brain and to his heart and to everything else. By the time he made it here to the University of Kentucky, he was on the ventilator doing the work for him, and his heart was back in a normal rhythm. So at that point, our goal was to try to protect his brain from the period of time where he wasn't getting oxygen.
UK was awesome. They performed all kinds of different tests because there's all kinds of different arrhythmias, and when a young athlete collapses, sudden cardiac arrest, it's not something you see every day. So they had to do all kinds of different tests. Eventually, they found out that I have a rare arrhythmia called Brugada syndrome. So what they did was they installed an implantable cardioverter defibrillator. It's sort of just like a safety net in case my heart was to go back into a regular rhythm. It'll shock it back to normal rhythm.
But one of John's goals was to get back to running. And so we did a stress test where he came in and ran on a treadmill, where we made sure we felt like it was safe for him to do the running. When we did that, his EKG was a little abnormal, but really didn't meet any criteria for a diagnosis that we have like Brugada. That's certainly one of the things that you think about when a young, healthy person has a cardiac arrest. And since he had an identical twin brother, we felt very strongly that Gardner should get tested as well.
Yeah, once I knew he was going to be okay, I knew it was coming down the road, being his identical twin. But until then, I never once thought about myself. I just wanted to make sure that my twin brother I knew for 25 years was going to be the same. And yeah, once I saw him getting better, and they set me down, they said, we're going to do some tests to see how you are. I was still fine with it. Obviously, my wife and my mom were a little bit worried and nervous still, and they were just they just wanted to make sure that what happened to him wouldn't happen again to me. One of the first things I said when I came out of surgery after getting my ICD put in was, Mom, we're identical again. Because we're as identical as you can get. Physically, I don't think we look as much alike as we used to. When we were younger, we did, but everything else we're identical. And he had a scar in ICD, and I didn't. But then after 6 days after my 26th birthday, I had a scar in ICD too. So whatever he does, I can do. So.